A very good evening to you, football fans. Welcome to Mission Field for Week 3 of the 2025-2026 season. If you're watching us there on YouTube, you see the captains for Conway Christian as they are getting ready to go out for the coin toss in just a minute. Visitors tonight are the Red Devils from Atkins, a very good team from Pope County, and they are looking to make some noise here this week after the Eagles took a very close victory last year at Atkins by a final of 27-24. Other than the Mount Ida game, definitely one of the best regular season games of last year. Atkins had a field goal opportunity late in that one that just missed the uprights, or it would have tied it up. And of course, who knows what would have happened at that point. Could have ended up in a tie, but it was the second closest victory of the season for Conway Christian. Of course, they won by over Mount Ida by a single point here at Mission Field. But that road trip, again, at Atkins, a very good team. And quite honestly, they're bringing a very good team to Mission Field here tonight. They have got a whole bunch of guys dressed out. Just taking a look at their roster, they've got a returning quarterback. They've got receivers all over the field that are exceptional receivers. And so cards on the table, this is going to be a tough outing tonight. But the Eagles are at home. They've had a week to watch and get ready and do film and get a little better. We do have some injury problems that we're going to get into as the night goes on. But they're going to be a big deal tonight because when your starting quarterback is your starting running back, that may lead to some difficulties. It's Childhood Cancer Awareness Night tonight. We do this every year. Of course, this is something near and dear to Coach Kramer's heart. His daughter Jayla was diagnosed with cancer as a very young child, overcame that, and the Lord was with them through that, and she is getting ready to finish her studies at Central Baptist College and going to go into the education profession where she will be a inspiration, no doubt, to lots of students that come after her, but we're certainly proud of Jayla. But that is one of the reasons we do this every year, and we try to do it about this time of year. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. If you're looking at your screen right now, there is a code there. If you want to scan that with your phone, you can donate to Arkansas Children's Hospital through that. And of course, we're asking our folks here tonight to do that as well. You'll notice the Eagles are also wearing gold socks tonight in honor of that. We'll do breast cancer awareness next month at one of our home games, but tonight, childhood cancer awareness. And so if you get a chance to scan that code that's on your screen, we're going to put it up there as many times as we get opportunities to do that tonight, but you can donate that way. Of course, we would love for you to do that. We've got about 9 minutes on the clock. We went ahead and jumped on because last week, right after this time, the coin toss went quickly and we were into action. And so we thought we'd go ahead and be on tonight. Again, your captains for tonight for Conway Christian: number 2, Bo Campbell; number 6, Kyle Kane; number 13 is Preston Elliott; and number 50 is Max Dickinson. Of course, senior captains as well for the Eagles tonight. Just waiting on the Red Devils to make their appearance back onto the field so we can do the coin toss. Again, we still have just a few minutes. Glad to have you with us tonight. Childhood Cancer Awareness is the main thing tonight. Of course, last week we had the little cheerleaders. It is kind of odd to say this, but the next time we're with you in 2 weeks, it'll be homecoming. No game next week because of the 0 week in the schedule. The Eagles played in week 0, which was their first game, so don't get that math conflated, but they will not have a game next Friday night. So honestly, pretty good scenario. You get a week off before conference play begins. And then that week after that, we will be back home, homecoming night, opening conference play against the Mountainburg Dragons. And that should be a good one. And it'll be a big one to start conference play, obviously. You may have noticed last week on the field, the Conway Christian C's in the middle of the field, not filled in. The end zone's not fully painted yet. Something we've done for several years. We do that when the conference games start because it is a brand new season. And Coach Kramer emphasizes that with painting those in and finishing out the end zone to kind of get the field completely filled out for football weather. So that'll just be in 2 weeks. This is, again, the last non-conference game. Got a win on the road at Hazen. Took a loss last week versus the Quitman Bulldogs, and of course back against Atkins this week. Atkins coming out of the same conference as Quitman. They finished last year at 8-4, 5-2. One of the teams they lost to were the Salem Greyhounds, and of course the Salem Greyhounds went on to win the Class 3A state championship, and that was a huge win for Salem. I believe their first state championship, Atkins has one state championship back in 1971, but these guys are perennial playoff teams. They have been to the playoffs 34 times, won 25 conference championships. Now, the last time they did that was 2004, so it has been a minute. But Coach Austin Dobbs, first-year coach here at Atkins, has a great team, and this may be the year that they can do that. Again, they've got size all across the front line. They've got skill players with speed and with quickness and good hands to catch some footballs, and so they're definitely going to be a team to deal with this year. But that is just such a good conference. You have Salem in that conference, you have Mayflower in that conference, the Bulldogs we saw last week, and of course then this Red Devil team jockeying for position in that conference. And so we'll see how that plays out, obviously, when they get to their conference play in just a couple weeks as well. I see several Eagles on the sideline, and it would probably take me a shorter amount of time to read who is playing than who's not. Xander Stone out tonight, Cam Elder out tonight. Both of those names you heard me call a whole lot last week. Stone was a starting quarterback last week, still having trouble with that shoulder and also a groin pull, so he's out. Backup quarterback Isaiah Brister will be in the game tonight, but not at quarterback because of a broken thumb. So you start going through that depth chart and you go, well, where do we go next? Well, the Eagles have practiced and worked this week for Caleb McKinney. Kind of take that direct snap as the running back there and then try to run with the football from that spot. So we'll see what the Eagles can do with that. Certainly going to be different, certainly going to be a challenge on top of the absolutely really good, excellent football team you have on the other side. So the Eagles have their own challenges on this side of the football with injuries and different things. And, of course, that's one reason I mentioned a moment ago. I love that the off week is next week, because at least you get some chance maybe to get a little bit healthy, rest up, and hopefully get some of these guys back in the lineup by the time the conference games begin. We are still waiting for the Red Devils to come out from the locker room, and they're going to come out and get the coin toss going. We're going to throw a couple of our sponsors up there and take a very short break. We'll be back with the coin toss and the kickoff in just a minute. You're listening to Conway Christian Football. And welcome back to Mission Field. The Red Devils have emerged from the locker room. They're wearing the red pants and the white tops and the white hats tonight. They've sent their three captains to the far side of the field. They'll meet at midfield, and we will get ready here to get into some football in just a few minutes. Red Devils went to Perryville, got a win 40-20 to open this, or excuse me, we're home against Perryville, and then went to Dover, blanked the Pirates last week 49-0. Good stout defense. All those Perryville points were also late in that football game. I do not believe their starting defense has given up anything so far this year. Again, perennial power. I grew up in Clinton, and for years the Atkins, Coach Sorrells were perennial favorites in that conference and made good on that many, many times. They have a great football tradition over at Atkins, and I imagine that has carried through, and I'm sure we'll see more of that tonight. We're also going to try to take a few minutes later tonight, look around the scoreboard, see what other 2A games specifically that we might be paying attention to. Of course, most teams still, or all of our teams in our conference, not in conference play. Most of them playing this week. Again, some of them have some time off, just depending. The only final I know of is that Mayflower is going to get a win tonight. England, with Drew Central last week, had some extracurricular activities and had some people suspended, and so they had to forfeit their game at Mayflower tonight, and I was actually kind of interested in seeing that score. After the coin toss, the Red Devils have won the toss and will receive to begin the football game, so the Eagle defense will get started. Episcopal and Spring Hill are playing in 2A tonight. Fordyce goes to Mineral Springs. Junction City hosting the Buckaroos of Smackover. Quitman's on the road at Izard County tonight after their win last week. Baptist Prep and Mountainburg are playing. Baptist Prep making the trip all the way up to Mountainburg, and that will be the next opponent for the Eagles in a couple weeks when we open conference play. Cedarville and Johnson County West Side, again from our conference. Two Rivers is at Magazine. And I think that's most of our conference friends that are playing tonight. I think I've caught most of them if they're in action tonight. Haskell Harmony Grove beat Rison 25-0 on Thursday night to kind of get this week started again with those Thursday night games. I always kind of forget about those. It's kind of like the college games, NFL games on Thursday night. It's become a big football night for lots of people. Red Devils, again, come through. They'll be on the far side. They will move right to left on your radio dial. Again, a great team last year. A lot of that team back. A lot of numbers, a lot of size, a lot of speed. All the things you really don't want to hear. They've got a lot the team Conway Christian had last year with a lot of senior leadership and just a lot of guys that have played meaningful and significant football for them. Eagles, again, as you can see them make their way onto the field, have the gold socks on tonight. That is for childhood cancer awareness. Again, that's the emphasis tonight here at Mission Field. And like I say, we'll put that on the screen for you several times tonight and give you opportunities to donate to that if you would like to. And we would love for you to do that. Something close to Coach Kramer's heart, again, with his daughter Jayla, and just something obviously we hate that anyone ever has to deal with or go through. Children should have joy in childhood and not have to face things like cancer, but that's the world we live in. And as we've been reminded, I'm afraid many times this week, this world is a broken place. And certainly we're thankful for the hope that Christ gives us to get through a broken world like this. And we're extra thankful when we have weeks like we've had this week. Number 50, Max Dickinson, on to do the kicking duties for Conway Christian. The Red Devils have three guys back deep to receive, and we are about ready to go. Dickinson signals he's ready, and toe touches leather. It's an angling kick coming to the near side, going to be taken by the up man at 30, across the 35 to the 40, and he'll be tackled there. Number 40 on the return for Atkins is John Davis.
John Davis on the return, got number 13 off the road.
And that's where the Red Devil offense will take over, first and 10. 42.5, 43 look like where they will spot the football. And here comes number 10, Cole Crawford, senior quarterback, same quarterback we saw last year. Did a great job then and back for his senior campaign, and he's got weapons all over the field. He's got twins to each side of the field. And number 8, Cooper Goodall, the sophomore running back, lining up right behind him. So Crawford on first and 10, shotgun snap, going to give it to Goodall straight ahead. He bounces off the right side, not a whole lot there this time on first down. Number 71, Landon Stover and Maddox Jones, 65, combined on the stop. Maddox Jones, our senior of the week this week at Conway Christian. We've been having a good time honoring him. And we'll go second down at about 9. Trips to the right, one man to the near side of the boundary as Crawford takes a snap. Going to quick throw it out in the flat. It is complete, but tackled right there. Good defensive play that time by the Eagles. That's going to be number 7, Isaiah Brister, who came up quickly. On the pass out in the flat was complete, but as soon as it was caught, Brister with a good tackle. And it's going to be third down and about 13, 12 and a half. This time, trips come to the near side, the open part of the field. Going to take the snap, going to roll out, looking at his boundary. And still looking at it. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Now he's pressured, going to get to the outside. Now he's going to come up, and nothing there. The Eagles hold. Well, a great defensive stop early on. Crawford rolled out. Number 29, Mason Martin. Eagles covered it pretty well. He gained about 5, but it's going to bring up fourth down and 8. and a good opening stanza, at least for the Eagle defense there against a good Atkins offensive crew. High floating snap, not a lot of pressure. Great punt, end over end, rolls over, hits inside the 20. It's going to bounce, going to roll and be downed inside the 5. Oh, what a great special teams play from the Red Devils. Beautiful punt, and it rolled and then hit, or excuse me, it turned over in the air and then rolled and was down inside the 5. And so after a good defensive stop, the Eagles are in trouble now inside their own 1. Yikes. Great special teams play there from the Red Devils, from the punt to the gunners getting downfield to everybody involved. So now with a backup quarterback, who's really the running back, taking the field, let's see what Conway Christian can do inside dangerous territory here. McKinney and Sinley are the 2 backs, 1 wide to the left, 2 to the right. And here we go on first down. McKinney going to take it and just look for anything he can get. He's hit hard twice, but he grinds forward and gets a little bit. We're going to call it 2nd 9 at best. 2 big Red Devils back there to make the play. And Newby from the defensive line led the charge. So 2nd down, almost 10, maybe 9. But again, deep in your own territory here, just trying to work out of a hole near your own goalpost. McKinney on 2nd down. Pressure looks like it's coming. McKinney's going to throw the football. He's going to launch it out on the flat. Got Kane out there. Going to be a jump ball, and he didn't catch it. Fighting for the football out there. Good coverage by, I believe that's number 9. I have to write that in my program. No, excuse me, number 6. Isaac Sims with a great play. Jump ball for Kane. I don't mind that at all. Eagles got a couple of those last week with Kane, the tall receiver, but everybody was in good position. McKinney made a good throw, especially, again, for a running back trying to do extra duty tonight. He lofted it up and gave Kyle a chance to get it, and Kyle did his best. He made a good effort on it, too. So just one of those worth-a-shot plays. Now it's 3rd down and 9, though, from, again, deep in your own territory. Red Devils line up in defense. Eagles go to work on 3rd. This is going to be a quick run straight up the middle. He'll get a little bit up near the 5. In a nice turn of events, he'll get enough room for him to punt the football away, I would imagine, because he gets just across the 5. So again, a good defensive stop, an even better special teams play from Atkins, and now the Eagles going to punt it right back to him. Number 11, Tanner Hegeman. I'll get that right in a minute. Back standing right at the 37, ready to receive the punt from McKinney. He'll take it, not a lot of rush. He'll get it away. It's going to take a roll, but it angled too hard, went out of bounds. So the teams trade possession, but the Red Devils are going to get the better of it on field position based on their excellent punt and downing, and now they get it in Eagle territory about where Hegeman was at the 37. And we'll flip the chains over. 9:20 left to go in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us tonight. 3rd week of the season. Conway Christian 1-1. Atkins coming in tonight undefeated. Both teams finishing out their non-conference slate. We got Crawford going back to work at his quarterback spot. He'll take the snap, going to hand it off inside to the speedster, looking for room outside. Eagles get there, but he's going to get 4 or 5. Again, pretty good pursuit from Conway Christian. Good sportsmanship from everybody involved, helping each other up.
Mason Martin on the carry.
Pretty good run on first down. Bring up 2nd and 6. He nudged it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Dickinson made the tackle for the Eagles. Martin was on the carry, I believe, for the Red Devils. Cole Crawford, shotgun formation. He's got twins to his left, 1 man out to the right, 1 man with him in the backfield. He'll take the snap, going to pass it, looking to his left on the bubble screen. Here it comes. They got some room. Got a little bit down inside the 30. Got through the first tackle. And it's going to be near a first down, I believe just short. They're going to go quickly here. They're quickly to line of scrimmage on the Red Devils. Eagles trying to sub in, so now they'll get set. Quick snap, going to hand it off straight ahead, and they're going to stop it. Wow. I did not think the Eagles were ready there as they were still moving. He's going to get the first down, but I thought that was fixing to be some wide open space off the right side, and the Eagles converged fast enough to stop it. Good job from the Red Devils going quickly and get a first down. They'll keep the clock moving, 8-10 and counting. Opening quarter, no score yet here from Mission Field. Red Devils back to work now. Crawford twins to his left, one to his right. They move right to left on your radio dial. Going to hand it off right up the middle. Got a little bit of room, but again, the Eagles tighten up a little bit. There's Stover again. He's got his name called almost every play tonight. Number 2, Bo Campbell, coming up from his middle linebacker spot, helped finish it up. Good all
on the carry.
Sophomore running back for the Red Devils. 2nd and about 7 now. Again, right back, going to drop back, looking out to his right, going to throw it out there. Got one man, got one guy on an island, and it is incomplete. Another good throw from the quarterback who gave his receiver a chance to get it. Number 8, Reese Post, out there on defense for Conway Christian, did a good job as well. Ball was knocked up into the air, and it falls to the turf incomplete. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 now with 7.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Quarterback going to take the snap. They're trying to set up a screen. Gets it out on the bubble to the right side. He's got some room, and he slips a tackle and got some more. Still on his feet. Finally, the Eagles get there and make a tackle. Number 50, Max Dickinson, came and saved a touchdown. But the bubble screen to the right side this time was very effective. 1st and goal now inside the 10, and the Red Devils want to go fast. Sends twins to the left, 1 to the right. Going to take the snap, going to hand it off straight ahead, running up the middle. Eagles stuff it pretty well, though. There's Dickinson again. And the officials blow it dead. I will go ahead and say already a lot more sound than we were last week against the Bulldogs. Just tackling, being in spots, just everything, every part of it so far tonight. A pleasant surprise from Conway Christian, just from where we left off. So now it's 2nd down and goal. He's going to take a snap, going to hand it off again straight ahead. Spins off a tackler, but another one's there to get him. He got past the first man, but a flop come together and stop him on the 2nd effort. Bo Campbell, one of the guys getting up off the pile there. And it's going to be 3rd down now. And goal to go from inside the 10-yard line. Ball sits just inside the 5 by its length. And a big 3rd and goal coming up here. Crawford takes a snap, going to pass it. Looking, got room, got time, still got room, still got time. Going to roll out to his right. Now the pocket closes, and he short hops it. Oh, he had him there. One of his receivers worked to get open in the back of the end zone and just tried to give it just that touch. And it stopped just short. And it's 4th down and goal. 6 minutes left in the opening quarter. The biggest play of this football game now. Red Devils got it down here quickly. They have since stalled a little bit from getting it 1st and goal. Let's see if the Eagles can stop them one more time. They tighten up a little bit. Here's the snap. Going to take it. Fakes the handoff. Going to roll out to his left. Got a man in the flat. Going to throw it to him. It is complete. You can put it on the board. Touchdown. Eagles were there, but that is a beautiful play call. You just run that guy out in the flat as the quarterback rolls to him, and that's almost impossible to cover. That is a great call and a great completion. Touchdown, Atkins Red Devils. 6:04 left in the opening quarter of play. Red Devils look like they got a crazy formation. We'll see what the Eagles do. They line up in spots. This will be one of those spots where as long as everybody lines up right, then we'll come back together and kick it, I would imagine. And now he's going to call them to do so. When your quarterback is your holder, you can do some fun stuff like that. And if the Eagles don't line up to defend it, you go and get a quick 2 maybe. Left-footed kicker on to try the extra point. He steps up, it's up, and it's through the uprights. Good. And it's 7-0. 6 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Conway Christian Football.
In the first quarter, Eagles 0, Red Devils 7.
So the Eagles give up a touchdown. They bend, but they end up breaking as Atkins marches it down on 4th and goal. They punch it in the end zone with a great rollout pass, and now they will come on to kick the football away. Kenny Rivas, the left-footed kicker who just put the extra point through, is going to come and see if he can pin the Eagles deep. They've already had one great kick tonight. See what they can do now here. Rivas comes up, left foot goes into the football, and it's a high end-over-end kick, deep. Going to be taken by Brister inside the 10, to the 10, to the 15, up across 15 to the 20, cuts outside, 20, 25, and he's cut down there by a group of Red Devils, but a good return from Isaiah Brister. And Conway Christian, at least this time, will have it out on the field. They started their opening drive at the 1-yard line after a great special teams play from Atkins. Pinned them deep. Weren't able to really get much going, so now their first kind of regular, I guess, possession, we would say, with 5:55 showing on the first quarter clock. 7-0 Atkins here from Mission Field tonight. One wide to the left, two wide to the right for McKinney. He's got Sinley in the backfield with him. Now we're going to run Hudson Wheeler into the backfield as well for a 3-man backfield. McKinney going to take the snap, going to give it to Wheeler on a sweep to the left. Hudson gets to the outside and the edge and just can't quite turn the corner as the Red Devils string him out over there on the far side, and no gain on the play. PJ's brother, as she told me to call him, with his first carry, I believe, of the season, as he tried to go left side that way. Got him a little more speed in the backfield, and Wheeler jumps back there. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 10. You'll notice tonight, too, the Eagles want to slow this football game down as much as they can, again, because of the just the situation with the other quarterbacks and things like that. So not going to be in a big hurry on Eagle offense. 2nd down and 9. I thought the Eagles left early, no flag. And there goes Ben Sinley with a good run off the left side. Now we do have flags down. I would guess a hold, but I also thought it might have been a horse collar. No, it's a holding penalty against Conway Christian. I just didn't know if somebody had been by the back. Usually that's a holding call when it comes in like that, but I was hoping for the best. But the Eagles will be backed up 10 more yards from the spot of that foul, and it's going to be 2nd right at 20 as the clock stops momentarily with 5:08 to go in this opening quarter. Thank you for joining us tonight. Glad to have you along to watch Conway Christian Eagle football as they host the Atkins Red Devils. Keith McKay and some guys with our AV club are both on the broadcast, and our cameras around. We added a camera this week. Hope to keep doing some more things like that, making the broadcast as good as possible for all of you watching us out there. 2nd and 20 now. Receiver goes in motion to the far side, and now we got a stoppage of play, another flag. This one, I believe, it's on Conway Christian jumping out here in the slot. Boys, I tell you what, you cannot do when you're facing such a good football team. You cannot hurt yourself, and Conway Christian has definitely done that this second drive. That is 15 yards without the football being moved. And when you're trying to do what we're trying to do offensively, not a whole lot of plays for second and forever. I guess there aren't many in any offensive set for that, but certainly not for what the Eagles want to do. So now McKinney will take the snap. Little bobble, he tries to keep it, and he is swallowed up by several Red Devils back there. Going nowhere. Seth Davis led the charge. And it's going to be 3rd and even longer now as the air just kind of came out of this drive on the 2 yellow hankies thrown on the field. See what we can do here, though. Again, Caleb McKinney starting at quarterback tonight. I know he's your starting tailback your first 2 weeks, but Stone is out with shoulder troubles and a groin injury. Backup quarterback Isaiah Brister is in the game, but got his hand wrapped, and so he's got a broken thumb, so he's only playing defense tonight. 3rd and a long way here. McKinney's going to take the snap, going to pass it all the way, going to chunk it way down the field. He's got a man there. Oh, my goodness. The defensive player had fallen, and Hudson Wheeler had grass and opportunity in front of him and just could not quite bring it in. Oh, what might have been for Wheeler. Oh, he had a spot right there, at least close to a first down. Just couldn't quite connection. Another good throw from Caleb McKinney at quarterback, though. Got to have some of those if we're going to have a chance to hang around tonight. High snap. McKinney will punt it away. It's going to hit and not take a lot of a bounce. Get a little Eagle bounce up across the 40. And we continue to play football only in the left end of the field. There is a flag down on the play, though. It is a personal foul face mask against Conway Christian. So we'll see if Atkins wants to do it again, or I don't. Do you apply? If you apply that from the spot, Eagles have literally now giving away 30 yards to a team that doesn't need to be given any yards. That's just a dumb penalty. I don't even know who that's on. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but you can't grab a face mask on a play like that where there's not even really any action. Just a punt and a down. At any rate, now it moves it all the way down to the 25-yard line. So overtime, college overtime rules basically for the Red Devils here with 3:54 to go in the opening quarter. 1st and 10. Crawford gets his guys set. 1 to his right, 2 to his left. Shotgun, he'll take the snap. Going to toss it out to his left to the speedster, and he's got room, opportunity, and you can put it on the board. Touchdown. And that's what you hate to see happen when the Eagles just get totally deflated from mistake after mistake. That fire falls out of your defense that we saw the first possession, and he wasn't touched. So he took it to the house in a hurry, did Mason Martin, and kept his jersey clean as he did it. Just a little toss play out to the right. And as fast as he was, it did not take long for him to put it on the board. 13-0, 3:46 now left to go in the opening quarter. Here comes a left-footed kicker. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it's up good. 14-0. We'll take a quick break. Back with more Eagle football after this. In a minute. Back, Mason Martin on to kick it away for the Red Devils. No, I'm sorry, I read the wrong line. Rivas on to kick it away for the Red Devils. He does, high into rim. Boy, that's a great kick. Brister again in the corner, inside his 10, up across the 5, the 15. Tries to make a little room near the 20, and there's just not much there. Rivas is a good kicker. He pinned him deep and right in that coffin corner. And Brister just had to get what he could and try to get out of there. So tough field position again for Conway Christian. Just shy of the 20, but let's see if we can do something without a penalty this time. Eagles killed themselves with a drop pass and 2-3 really. Because you had a penalty on the punt as well. Costly penalties. That gave the Red Devils the football right back, and they scored on a single play, 25-yard run. And it's 14-0. 3:40 go in the first quarter. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left now for McKinney. And Sinley with him in the backfield on 1st and 10. He'll take the snap, going to keep it himself. McKinney goes left, gets a little bit across that left side. Good pursuit from the Red Devils as they have several demons, lesser devils. Reed Rust, if you're listening, know what to do. Look up that term for me and let me know. But it does get about 3, so we'll call it second and about 7. Appreciate Kyle Kane's dad. Heard me say last week about Diet Mountain Dew and brought one to the press box tonight. So can't wait to see what I say I need this week. Maybe I'll get it delivered in 2 weeks when we come back home against Mountainburg. 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 2nd down and 7. McKinney and Sinley again alone in the backfield. Wide outs to each side of the field for McKinney. He's going to pass it, dropping back, got a little time. Going to chunk it out in the flat. It's complete. He went down to his knee to catch it, though, and he's dead. Hudson Wheeler got the catch and does get a gain. But he had a little room to run, but he did have to go to his knee to make a catch. Another good throw from McKinney, though. That's 3rd down and at least manageable this time for Conway Christian with 3rd down and about 5. Clock continues to move. 2.5 minutes or so remaining in this opening quarter of play. Atkins on top, 14-0 here as the Eagles work their 3rd offensive possession of the night. Keith McKay is going to join us here in the 2nd quarter, so get ready for that. Get your Q-tips, clean your ears out so you can hear him good. 3rd down, McKinney's going to pass it, going to throw it out to his left. He's got a man on the slant, complete for a 1st down. That pass is complete to number 6, Kyle Kane on a slant pattern running to the inside, and he gets it up near the 35, and that's good enough for a Conway Christian first down. Again, McKinney, good pass, threw it up high. Kyle went up and made a nice play. He was going to get hit, and he did get hit. But he held on to that football. So it's first down and 10 with 1:45 to go in the quarter. 2 wide to the right, and Kane stays wide out to the left. And now we're going to send Matthew Corbin across the formation and into the backfield. McKinney gets him set, takes a snap, going to hand it to Sinley, and he is eaten up immediately. Number 31, Blake Mitchell, was in the huddle as he was in the backfield almost before the handoff was there, as he flew off the defensive line and made the defensive stop for a loss. Sinley had no chance to do anything that time. As soon as the ball was there, Mitchell was there. Drops him for a loss, and you get behind the chains again now. Second down, about 13. As McKinney comes to the near sideline and gets the play. He'll get him set again, 2 wide to his right, and Kyle Kane out to his left. Eagles have stayed in virtually the same formation. They have ran a little bit of motion out of it tonight, but they've basically lined up everyone in the same spots. This time we're going to fake the handoff, and McKinney's going to keep it on a sweep to the left. He gets back just across the original line of scrimmage. Maybe 3rd and 9. I think I can give him a little more than that. Maybe 3rd and 8 now. The play clock is just short of the game clock, so the Eagles will have to snap it one more time before the quarter's over. I think if they had their druthers, they would have let the first quarter end right there. But the game clock is at 23 as the play clock's at 21, and so going to have to snap it right as the quarter winds down. 3rd down and 9 here. Not really what you want. We'll see what the Eagles can do with it, though. Same formation. They'll send McKinney and Ben Sinley in the shotgun formation. Clock ticking down, under 5. He'll take the snap. McKinney is drilled in the backfield. Gracious. Again, I think Blake Mitchell's known those 2 play calls. He almost took the snap from the center, and that will end the first quarter of play. Eagles will be faced with a 4th down. When we come back, it's 14-0 Red Devils. You're listening to Conway Christian Football.
You can make a switch in less than 5 minutes. Come see what makes Heartland Pharmacy Arkansas's global pharmacy. Make the switch today.
At First Security, we've been investing in our home state since 1932, growing deep roots and even deeper relationships. We're part of Arkansas. It's part of us.
We come back to football action, looking around the state. Not a lot of scores posted. Des Arc and Ball Knob scoreless as they end the first quarter. No scores posted yet that I could find around for 2A. But again, we're watching a few games tonight, kind of see how they turn out. It's hard to keep up around the state. Lone Oak is up 7-0 on Wynn. Lincoln's up 8-0 on West Fork. Pottsville up 6-0 on Clarksville. And Salem leading Newport 6-0 in the Battle of the Greyhounds tonight. So I'm sure the Red Devils probably keep an eye on that Salem score, as that's a team they will face in conference. 4th down and 11. Switching ends, and McKinney's going to punt from right to left now. He gets a snap, no rush. He puts a high, better end-over-end kick, takes a good roll. Eagles have good coverage as well, with number 6, Kyle Kane, getting down there, so no return possible for Hegeman. And it's 1st and 10 Red Devils from the 27-yard line. Well, that's been a good thing tonight. Eagles have had certainly some flashes, and I'll just being kind of brutally honest, there weren't a ton of those last week. So that's been good to see. And see what they can do to start here this second quarter. Nico Estrada checks into the game on defense for Conway Christian. Again, kind of all hands on deck. Kendall Willis there on the D-line as well. Ethan Burks also. So 1st and 10 now as Crawford gets his crew set to go to work here from his own 27. High snap, corrals it. Kendall's being held on the near side, no whistle. Doesn't matter, the Eagles get to him, but they don't tackle him. I'm telling you what, Eagles had about 10 shots and did not hit him, or didn't bring him down. And then finally, Mason Martin was tackled. He should have been thrown for a loss. Instead, he gets a 1st down. And that's just a credit to Martin in a lot of ways. Eagles had guys there through his shoulder but didn't hit him, and so I'll take back the compliment because that was one of our big problems last week was tackling. We'll see if we can get it back to go here. Red Devils have, okay, now they get everybody straight. Second, or first down, going to hand it to him again. He stops, starts, cuts up the middle, got room, puts his head down, bowls over midfield, and a deep gash into Eagle territory. All the way across the 50, down into the 47-yard line. And as they move the chains, we will welcome Conway Christian cross-country coach extraordinaire, Keith McKay. Coach McKay, how are you tonight, sir?
Oh, I was muted, so.
No, it's all right. He's still happy to be here. That's what he said. He's also training all these guys that are in our AV club, and so I appreciate him doing that, and Coach Ellen running that during the school days, trying to get our own students doing this broadcast. Eagles get a better stop there on 1st and 10. There's only a couple yards gained. Coach McKay, when is the next cross-country meet? Tell us a little bit about how that's going so far this year.
It's almost as if we planned that.
It's like we do notes. Hey, perfect. We got a timeout, so we can talk about it right now.
So we have a cross-country meet tomorrow morning at Harding University, so I'd like to see a turnout. It's a great atmosphere. Boys and girls senior high teams will be running, I believe it's 8:30 and 9 o'clock. So come out and support them. They've been working crazy hard. Super proud of them.
I have seen several of those guys and gals here. When I get to school, 7 o'clock in the morning, they're leaving school because they've already been here, they've already ran, they've already tried to get their training in, and then they're ready to start their day as students. And Coach McKay's been here with them bright and early. So tell us about some of the kids you got on cross country this year. They've been getting ready and running.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple boys out there playing right now that are on our team. Ridge Harden is one. We also have Logan Stevenson. Gavin Deal is another one out there. Natalie Bell, you can see her right there.
As the water girl?
Nope, as a cheerleader.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there they were. I was holding my breath because my daughter was being held in the air, so I was not looking at the cheerleaders.
We also have my son, Henry McKay. We have Braden Kemper, who's up here with me right now. And Lila Weaver. We have, who else? We have Maggie Sims, volleyball player. She's awesome. And we have Grace. Grace is on our team. And just a whole bunch of
a lot of different
17,
kids.
I think. 16 or 17 kids.
That's awesome to get 17 high school kids to come early to school just to run is a pretty good thing, I would say.
Yeah, can't forget the Zeitlers either.
Just pull it close. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
No, you were good. I just pulled a little closer there. The people want to know what Coach McKay has to say. Like
that's a dangerous thing.
My phone literally fell off the table vibrating so much because everyone wants to know. Third down, just about 1 here as the Eagles made a good tackle there on second down. We'll see what the Red Devils can do. They're going to take a snap, run it straight ahead. Boy, got a big hole. Eagles close it eventually. It's going to come back, though, because of a block that extended well after the play and then a laydown. I believe 71 is going to be the guilty party. So a 10-yard from that spot. I don't think he agrees with it, discussing that with the official, or maybe they're talking about where to eat after the game. Got a good gain, had a big hole up front. That Atkins O-line has opened some big holes thus far. That will put them a little bit behind the chains, but this Red Devil football team has shown they can pass the football or run it. It is third and right at 11. Talons up on the near side as the Eagles trying to get the fans into the game a little bit here. Right near midfield, third down. Red Devils take the snap, going to send a man out in the flat, going to toss it to him out here. Eagles have good pursuit, and they have a good tackle. There we go. Several guys running to the play. Bo Campbell made a stop, as well as number 8, Reese Post. They were out here in good position, and then they squared up and made a good open field tackle. That's going to go down for a minimal gain, and we'll call it 4th down and 10 now.
One thing about these guys is, we missed a lot of tackles last week, but they're definitely not afraid to hit, and you can work with that. If you got guys not afraid to hit, you can work with it. So they're showing that tonight a little bit better. That's awesome.
Red Devils come like they're going to go for this. They're kind of in no man's land, and you're up 2 scores as well. So 4th down and 10, they're going to go for it from near the midfield stripe. Quarterback going to take the snap. Got some options all over the field. Now he's under pressure, going to throw it out in the flat. If the Eagles can tackle, they can hold, and they do. He's going to get down to the 40, but that's going to be about 3 yards short. Eagles drop back in coverage, and when a little pressure came, he found a receiver, but it was stopped just short. Again, open field tackling. And the Eagles, again, little signs of life there on the defensive side. And as Coach McKay said, that if you'll go and throw yourself around and tackle, you can do some things, and that's what they've done tonight. If this defensive group had played versus Quitman last year, that first half is different. Not huge. I mean, it's just different. We just weren't tackling at all. I'm not saying Quitman wouldn't have moved the football and scored, but the Eagles, I think Atkins is a better football team than Quitman, I guess is what I'm saying, and they've only been held to 2 touchdowns. First down, going to give it to Sinley coming to his left. He's going to find a little bit of room, then be tackled up as he gets across the 40. Number 65.
Ben Finley on the carry, shot by number 79.
They're on the tackle for Atkins. No, I'm not trying to disparage. I just think that Atkins is a better team overall than Quitman is. And the comparison to performance has been night and day. Quitman ran up and down the field. The Eagles didn't seem super sound on defense, and they have tonight so far. Even with giving up 2 touchdowns, they've come earned by the Red Devils. Second down and 9. McKinney going to take the snap in shotgun. That's a weird play. Yeah, somebody had to move early or wrong, or everybody moved except the football. And that's what you can't do, is have a penalty right there when you're already kind of fighting yourself a little bit. That'll make it second down 14. Right at 14, moves it back to the 36-yard line. We'll let you know at halftime. We're going to keep the camera on. We'll show some ads, and then when our cheering band is out there, we'll be sure and showcase those kids as well, so you can watch those coming up here if you're watching us on YouTube. Following us on the Conway Christian app, it's got links to all the games there. The new app you can find brand new for the year. Also give you updates on all the games. Volleyball girls got wins last night. Got an update about that when those went finals, so be sure and download the app. Second and long. McKinney going to come to his left. Got a lead blocker, and he'll have a little bit of room. And then the pile stops just shy of the 40, near the original line of scrimmage. But a flock or group.
Was it a
convocation of Eagles last week. I've reached out to my thesaurus. I haven't heard from him yet. He may be in bed. It is 7:30. I don't know. As a pastor, I feel like I probably should know what a group of demons is called. Deacons meeting is what I've usually called it. Hope none of the deacons are listening. Third down, 1 wide to each side of the field, 2 wide to the far side of the field. McKinney's looking to the sideline to get a signal from Coach Whitson. And now with that, he'll take the snap. He's going to throw it, going to chunk it out to the right, and they just don't connect. Receiver ran a little bit of a slant. McKinney threw an out, and it falls harmlessly to the turf, and it'll be 4th down with 6:50 to go. I would like to say, just for the record, I love all 5 deacons of Emmanuel Baptist Church equally and greatly, deeply, since I made another comment about that. Watched Wake Forest play last night, and the Demon Deacons were on my mind, so that's probably where that came from.
I forgot we had the bleep button.
Yeah, we should have hit that for you. McKinney back to punt, again, standing just outside his 30. A little pressure comes this time. He gets it off. It's a high and not great kick off the side of his foot, as he may have had to rush it there with the rush coming. Eagles will get a generous spot at the 46, 47, but just across midfield. That ball would be right at the first down marker from where the Eagles were. So not a lot of gain there, but again, goes back over to Atkins.
And you got to really give props to Caleb McKinney out here, punting, running, quarterback.
Every play.
Yeah, they had to put him in at wide receiver once or twice and let him. I bet he'd do good out there.
You're exactly right. He is just that kind of kid. Finally getting a little bit of a water break now, but he's taking hits every play besides playing every play. He's contact every play. Here's a little inside kind of reverse, and it's slow developing, but once it did, you can put it on the board. Cuts to the outside, and he'll go all the way down the sideline, and Mason Martin takes it to the house again. Little kind of misdirection in the backfield, both intended, I think, and maybe unintended on the way the play developed. But once Martin got it and got to the edge, his speed took over, and he takes it 53 yards for a touchdown. And the second time tonight, the Red Devils score in one play. So that also means the Eagle offense has to get back together here. They'll go back on the field shortly. 6:34 remaining until halftime. Here comes Rivas on to add the left-footed extra point. I've always wondered how you decide which foot you kick with. Rivas is excellent with his left foot, as his kickoffs and his extra points have been moonshots. I guess I know how you figure out if you're left-handed. Maybe that was my problem. Maybe I should have been a college kicker, but I never tried with the right foot or the left foot.
Never too late.
It is very much too late.
The game.
With the metal hips, I don't feel like kicking would be something I should engage in, or anything that involves contact, really, of any kind. But Rivas is a weapon for the Red Devils, both on kickoff and extra point. And again, if I'm thinking of the same person, he was inches away last year from tying that football game, as the Eagles won 27-24 in what was a very hard-fought victory and just a really good football game last year, honestly. Of course, with the non-conference rules, that would have potentially ended in a tie unless someone had scored late. And, of course, that was, again, the second closest regular season game, second closest game overall, perhaps. Trying to remember the Junction City score. I think we won by 4 in Junction City. We won by 3 at Atkins, 1 against Mount Ida. Rivas is right back to work now. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line, and he's ready to put a foot into it with a 21-0 lead here on the road. And he puts a deep one inside the 10. This time, number 3, Hudson Wheeler, is going to bring it up across the 15, outside the numbers at the 20. Makes a man miss and gets up near the 30-yard line. So good return there for Hudson Wheeler, as he has had a carry tonight and almost had a great catch earlier in the game on a slant pattern. He has a good return that time. Probably the best regular field position of the night for Conway Christian, maybe second. Isaiah Brister had a good return as well earlier. But that's going to put the Eagles 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go till halftime. Red Devils in command, 21-0, as they have scored on quick strikes and then long sustained drives, both tonight from the ground and the air. McKinney back to work with Sinley joining him in the backfield. This time Sinley will get the carry. No, McKinney kept it. Boy, and he fooled me and an Atkins defender, as that defender was back there to get a sack again. He was quickly in the backfield, but just missed the football. Number 22, Austin Martin Trussell, who plays for the Red Devils, and then Landon Stover, who just came in. Something that nobody really will notice or talk about, but just good sportsmanship. A little high five as they both come in, both kind of understanding what they're doing, and that they're playing, having a good time, and just trying to enjoy this. And I just love when you see that, when players just kind of acknowledge each other, doing the same thing and working hard to have a good time. So good up for both of those young men. 2nd and 7. This time Sinley straight ahead, will cut to the outside. Got a little bit of room and then was driven backwards and thrown down. They'll give him forward progress just back near the original line of scrimmage. The Eagles are getting a little bit of room, but then that second line, for sure, for the Red Devils is closing quickly and driving the football backwards. So the Eagles have one first down tonight, close to another one with just that miscommunication on the pass play. But they'll work here on 3rd down, trailing 21-0. They move right to left on your radio dial. McKinney at quarterback, Sinley in the backfield. Kane out to the near side, the Eagle sideline. McKinney's looking that way. He is hit and drilled. He was trying to come out here to Kyle, who was triple covered. And the Red Devils got back there and make a sack in the backfield and drop him way back inside the 25-yard line, which will bring up 4th and long. And right back will come to the punt. And again, McKinney, the Iron Man tonight, going to stay in to take care of the punting duties as well, I would assume. Eagles, again, not in a big hurry. The honest conversation a lot this week was let's get through this one. Let's try to get some guys feeling better. Let's not get anybody else hurt. And let's get on to some more games. We're going to let this run down and call a timeout. So we will take it with them. 4 minutes to go till halftime, 21-0 Atkins. You're listening to Conway Christian Football.
Timeout on the field, Conway Christian.
All right, back to action. This punt going to be brought to you by a member of the cross-country team. Who is that member?
Miss McLean Dickinson.
McLean Dickinson.
One of the nicest human beings.
One of the sweetest students at Conway Christian. Low snap. McKinney gets it, boots it. Again, the angle is not great. It just kind of off the side, and it's going to be short on the near sideline, right at midfield. I wish they would stop throwing that cheerleader. I do not like that.
We need to get a good close-up of her there.
No, that's fine.
Get her famous on here.
She lives at my house. I'd like for her to be in one piece. No, I joke about that. Those girls work so hard to do what they do and to be able to do that safely and well. And Coach Bree Jackson, new to the cheer squad this year, doing a great job with them. And I do appreciate them. So I don't want to give you that impression that it's not safe, because it's very safe.
Well, and their turnout is amazing. We've got more cheerleaders than any school I know.
Like I say, if we could outfit cheerleaders to play, this would be something. We had, in the play, Crawford rolled out to his left, tried to connect down the field. It's going to be called incomplete, just short. Eagles had pretty good coverage. He did roll out and found a man, but just could not quite connect with him. Crawford throws a good-looking football, though. He had time, surveyed the field, do a nice tight spiral. Eagles again sub in a couple players. The ball is right at the midfield stripe. So some metaphor there about Conway Christian and the Red Devils, but won't make it here. 2nd and 10, 4:04 left till the break. This time I'm going to hand it off inside. Good pursuit from Caleb McKinney. He almost made the tackle, but since he doesn't, we're off to the races. And put it on the board, touchdown Red Devils. Caleb McKinney, though, I'm going to come back, chased him from his end position and almost got there before he kicked it outside. But once Martin gets some free room, he's gone. He is fast, and he uses it there. That's what we were talking about in pregame. There have been several names we've called. Martin may be the one most of the time tonight, just because he's had at least 2 big runs. Actually, 3. He's had 3 long touchdown runs. He's got 100 yards, I would imagine, just in those 3 carries.
Well, hey, coming up, we're going to have stat trackers. So stay tuned in the next couple of weeks, especially during conference. We should be able to give you lifetime stats.
And that, again, I appreciate Coach McKay, Coach Ellen both working on improving our broadcast. Appreciate our students who are up here training and learning so they can do that for you. As Rivas kicks it to Conway County and right through the uprights. We'll stay here 28-0. 3:53 left to go till halftime.
I know that some of y'all couldn't hear me. Sorry about that when I first jumped on.
The Keith McKay fan club needs Keith all the time.
Yeah, you never know what I'm going to say. Whose idea was it to have us up here?
They asked 12 other people, and no one could do it.
That's playing with fire.
And so we're like, hey.
Well, I just wanted to say, some of these boys we're watching out here, they're going to be running tomorrow morning at Harding University. We got our first cross-country meet. Be there if you can. Harding University, 8:30 is when the girls run, I believe, and boys run at 9, sometime right around there.
Would you go, to the stadium? Do you know where they usually start those at a place like that? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No. There's literally one road in to Harding, and we'll be, I believe, right off to the right. So if you go into Harding, you'll see the tents and everything, and that's where we'll be. Their course runs were kind of right through the right side of campus, I believe.
I went camping once. It was intense. Intense. On to kick it off. 3:53 to go here in the first half. Rivas and the rocket leg. From the 40, it goes high, end over end. Again, hard to the near sideline. It goes out of bounds, though. And that is the first quasi-mistake maybe he's made kicking, just to send that one out of bounds. Because it was deep into the corner, just a little too much. I don't see a flag. I may not know that rule this year. I thought it was a procedure. Oh, there they are talking about it maybe now. Okay. Maybe just the flag is on the sideline where I can't see it. But that is a procedure penalty, so it'll move the ball up the 30 or the 35. Not entirely certain, so I'm going to wait and get them to tell us that. Looks like they'll let us know here as they're getting it placed. But it'll be 1st and 10 there. 3:53 to go. 28-0 Atkins. Red Devils, Eagles sparred with them for a little while early in the first quarter, kind of going back and forth. Red Devils have slowly opened this lead up to 4 touchdowns with a couple long runs. And now the Eagles trying to get something going on offense, see if they can hold the football for a little while. Wheeler comes into the backfield, coming in motion. McKinney takes a snap, and he'll give it to Wheeler. Eagles just can't get out of the backfield, though. 79 that time. Camden Newby was, again, almost back there before the snap. And they're just getting back so fast, there's just no chance to do much of anything. And so it'll bring up second down at 17 or so. Number 4, Caleb Everett checks into the football game. Play comes in with McKinney again, clock moving, 3:20. I think the Eagles would love nothing more than try to do something, see if they can keep this football till the end of the first half, just to let the clock tick away. We'll see if they can get something positive here on what's second down and very long now. Rivas out here with Kane on the near side. McKinney's going to throw it that way. He's going to throw it on a short pass. It's complete. It's not Kane, though. It's number 7. Isaiah Brister out here on the slot on the near side. And made the catch there. So, yeah, that's an extra. My biggest handicap is my talent. Brister has a broken thumb, and he still made that catch there. So 3rd and 6, as he does get a positive play for the Eagles. He does go out of bounds. That stops the clock, but he made the catch on the out pattern. But now chance 3rd and down, Coach McKay, see if we can get a little something going here.
Man, that'd be big going into halftime, too.
It's something to build on, feel good about yourself as you close out the half. McKinney going to take the snap in the shotgun, going to keep it himself straight ahead and ran into a red wall. He reaches forward, trying just to get something, again, battling all the way to the ground. He gets across the 40, 41 and a half. It's going to be short of the first down. 2:40 now and counting until halftime. And they're going to give – that's a terrible call. And I'm sorry, that's just not a good football. He was down and reaching the football before he's down. They're going to call it a fumble. I mean, it's fine. It's going to, again, it's not going to change the result of anything, but that's not a good call when we can see him from up here that he's down. But it goes over to Atkins, 1st and 10 from their side of midfield. And it'll be Red Devil football here. Credit to McKinney. He's down there in the pile, again, down, just reaching the football out. And they're going to say that it came out before he was tackled, although he had, well, we'll belabor that point. I'll just let that go. 1st and 10, Atkins now. Back to work here. Right before half, they're going to throw the football. Eagles cover it pretty well, and they have no place to go. He's going to throw a flag in the backfield. I hope that's not on Maddox. No, it's a holding against Atkins. Okay. Maddox was back there, but I thought, boy, he pulled up and didn't get to the quarterback. But the flag came in, and I just was afraid after that last terrible call we might double down on it. But it's going to be holding against Atkins. I didn't see that, so. But that'll push them back to the other side of the 50. And it'll be 1st and 20 now, right at the 46, 47-yard line. So 2:30 now counting, or left on the clock, not counting until the snap is made. 1st and long, quarterback going to take the snap, going to roll to his left. Jones giving pressure. He's going to sling it down the field. Great passing connection. He had a man right there, and then he makes 4 Eagles tackle him as he kept digging with the football there. Number 11, Tanner Hegeman, on a good catch and a good run, gets a huge chunk of that back. Quarterback made a nice throw, rolling to his left and throwing back across his body a little bit. They want to go quick now. They were not set. Eagles still have a man on the field, so there's flags everywhere. I didn't think anybody was ready for that to be snapped. I'll bet you a quarter which way the penalty goes.
Martin on the clearing. There's a flag on the play.
As the back official didn't even know there's a penalty. Now he's being told there's one. So now we'll come in and they're going to call it against Conway Christian. Didn't get everybody off the field in time as they were trying to make a substitution there as the Red Devils were going to go quick. So that'll move it into a 1st down situation. It stops the clock again with 1:58 left to go until halftime. 10 yards, though, so you get the play plus whatever's after it, which makes it a kind of a double whammy sort of penalty there. And we go back to work right at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Going to take the snap. Got time. Eagles flush out the screen, and that's my fault. I knocked the headset off. I'm sorry about that. Eagles defense did a good job there. They saw the screen coming on the near side, so they just stayed there with it. Quarterback also did a good job not trying to throw into it and just kind of dumped it out in the flat over there. No harm, no foul sort of thing. So now it's 2nd down and 10, and the clock stops. Again, we're going to try to feature the cheerleaders and the band at halftime. Also try to bring you some scores from around the state as we'll get those pulled up here momentarily. 1:49 to go till intermission. 2nd down and 10 now. Eagles try to bring a little pressure. This time they're going to hand it off. Got some room, cuts up the middle. Now more room, getting down inside the 10, all the way inside the 5-yard line. On a nice run right up the gut. Vic on the carry that time, I believe. And it's going to be 1st and goal Atkins. Minute 42, clock stops momentarily to reset the chains, and it'll be 1st and goal again. Boy, all the way down inside about the 2-yard line. Made a nice play call. Eagles were ready for another pass and ran right down Broadway. Got a good game. 1st and goal now. Red Devils take the snap, going to hand it off straight ahead. He'll walk in, touchdown Atkins. Number 8, Cooper Goodall that time. And that makes it 34-0. One more extra point away here from Rivas from that number, which will effectively run the clock in the second half. And I think, again, based on the numbers and the time and every other factor we've already talked about tonight, the Eagles would be just fine with that based on the injuries and the other issues that they've had going on. And, again, just a very good Atkins team coming in tonight, and they have shown it early and often here in this first half of play. Rivas, foot goes to leather, and he boots it right through as he's been doing all night long. 35-0. The only thing I don't love about that little thing is I did not necessarily agree with the fumble call. Again, not that it would have changed the ultimate result, but I just feel like McKinney's just striving for yards there after he's down. And anyway, my opinion doesn't mean a whole lot in that situation, and the officials obviously see it much better than I do, and so they called that. 35-0, 127 left in this first half of play. Again, the Eagles finishing their non-conference schedule tonight. They're 1-1 coming into this one. Red Devils are 2-0. And if I'm correct, the Red Devil first defense has not given up a point yet this season. The points that were scored in week 1 versus Perryville were in sportsmanship time, so after the first team had gone off. And so, and certainly I would see why tonight. They have done an excellent job during this first half. Rivas on to again kick it away as he has done all night. Ready to put his left foot back to work. He does so, and it goes more right down the middle. Going to be returned by the Eagles. I believe that's Wheeler. Going to bring it up across the 5, the 10. He gets to the 15, and he is slung down there by Davis. Wheeler was on the return for Conway Christian, and that's where the Eagles will start. With 1:21 to go into the half, and certainly you would hope here just to run a play or two and get the clock moving and get to the halftime break as quickly as possible. So they'll send McKinney back out, and again, props to him tonight for being a warrior and getting out there every snap and practicing and playing this week at a spot that he's certainly not used to playing. So I got a lot of respect for him doing that and trying to help the team with the injuries that the Eagles have. But he'll take the snap with Sinley next to him. He'll turn, give it to Ben. Ben goes off the right side, finds a little bit of running room, and then is swallowed up by a group of Red Devil players there. And it'll be a minimal gain, which I have said multiple times tonight. Eagles have just, of course, not a lot you can do when you're kind of limited, just trying to do the best you can. Again, looks like everyone's pretty content to let the play clock run as far as it can. Eagles are not in any hurry here. We're under a minute to go. Looks like one more snap, maybe two, depending on what happens. Of course, this is where last week Quitman called a timeout to get the football back at the end of the first half. I have no belief that Atkins would do anything like that. This time, McKinney's going to keep it. He gets past one player, hit by several more as he comes across the line of scrimmage. Gain short. And it'll be third
Tackle
down
number 8, Cooper
at
Goodall.
about 8. And we call a timeout.
Timeout on the field, Conway Christian.
Yeah. 22 seconds left. It's third down. I mean, you can run one more play, but, like, okay.
I was just going to give him Atkins credit for not calling
And
timeout.
then
with
it stopped. I thought,
13 seconds or 20 seconds left.
Now, and listen, again, and here's what I'm looking at. Coach Kramer's talking to his crew, and sometimes you stop them because you want to tell them something right then. If he's seeing that there's not something happening that should, and, you know, you coach no matter what the scoreboard is saying.
And he is a lot smarter than I am when it comes to football.
And so he is, and he's into them. He's chatting with them. There's something that needs to be addressed, and so that's what he's doing. And again, that timeout is for that. You don't get paid for them anyway. And again, 22 seconds. You're going to run this third down play, and then I assume, you know, we're gonna ride off into the sunset. But we will see. Again, band cheerleaders coming up at halftime, so we'll have that for you here on the YouTube broadcast. We're also going to run some ads, but we'll pull those while the band and the cheerleaders are out there. All right, third down and 8 after the timeout. 22 seconds remaining on the clock. It's 35-0. Eagles on the nothing side. A couple new players in there for the Eagles, it looks like. And number 2, Bo Campbell, coming into the backfield from his receiver spot. Looks like it's going to be a lead blocker on that right side. No, Eagles going to throw the football. They're going to chunk it up for Kyle Kane. He does not make a catch. A flag comes in. As there was probably some pushing and shoving here on the near side. There's a couple flags down. So that stops the clock again, though, with 16 seconds. That's a 15-yard penalty. I always have to keep up with that. You know, in places it's a spot foul, and in places it's 15 yards, depending on NFL, pros, college, and it seems to change a lot. So I'm waiting to get the spot from the officials. It is a first down. Eagles now line up at the 34-yard line. Kind of the same situation here. Brister checks in that slot side on the near hash mark. McKinney's going to chunk it up for him this time. Brister tries to run under it and almost makes the catch. Incomplete. Brister tried to reach backwards for it. Rivas and Hageman were there for the Red Devils. And it'll go second down and 10 now. Only a few seconds tick off, 11 seconds, as I thought the Eagles would want to take a run play and get out of here. They got another chance here. Again, we're going to bring Bo in from his receiver spot. Now we're going to trot him back out there to the slot. So twins to the right, one to the left. McKinney takes the snap on second and 10. Red Devils have dropped a lot more guys back in coverage. Football is just kind of thrown down there. It falls harmlessly incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Well, the Red Devils have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys there, and the Eagles had 2. Really, one of them that was looking for the football. And now 5 seconds left. So, mercifully, at least there'll just be one more snap here.
You got to assume they'll take a knee here. Well, maybe not. I mean, you got a free play.
Why
not?
Just again, something to
let them throw.
Something to feel good. Maybe try to build on if you can complete something. Third down and 10. McKinney take the snap, a little off his left. He held it though. He's going to throw it down the near side. Going to jump ball, and Rivas almost had an interception. Almost had a too easy interception, and so dropped it. But that's about the only thing that hasn't gone right for the Red Devils. It is 35-0. Please come back because it's going to be a fast second half because the clock will run. But we will come back in just a few minutes with that. Until then, we're going to leave. We're going to have some ads up. We're going to run with the sides of the band and the cheerleaders at halftime. I want you to come back with us for more Conway Christian football.
Tonight, the Screaming Eagle Marching Band is joined by our future Screaming Eagles from Middle School Band Night. They're performing, they'll be performing Let's Go Blue together, followed by their halftime show Fly. Movement 1 test drive. The Screaming Eagle Band is under the field direction of Ty Hackett, color guard instructor Megan Benham, and drum major Nathan Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, the Conway Christian Screaming Eagle Band. Let's give one more round of applause for the Screaming Eagle Band. If we get your attention to the guys on the field, if you would please get off the field during the halftime, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to midfield. Let's give a round of applause for our Conway Christian varsity cheer. Yes! Okay, let's do this thing.
All right, there's our cheerleaders and band. Always glad to have them and support them. Sorry, we had some kids out on the field playing. The way our camera works, it is a huddle camera, and so it finds and follows the action. And so it kept trying to pull to that end, so apologize for that. We went down, and those guys are off the field now. Just playing, just having a good time, but they were grabbing the attention of the camera. Let's take a look around the state of Arkansas. We've got about 10 minutes until second half. Not a lot of scores, but we do have a few of interest. Conway, the Wampus Cats, after a tough week last week at Bentonville, are up at Marion tonight, and they're leading 6-0 in that football game in the third quarter, it looks like, so a low-scoring affair there. Maumell's up 21-0 on Valonia. Right now is another local score. BB's beating Greene County Tech early in that one. Last recorded score anyway was early, 7-0. Greenbrier up big over Van Buren, 34-10 in the second quarter. Desark, a Class 2A powerhouse that Clinton, the Conway Christian played in the playoffs last year, leading at Ball Knob 16-0. So playing up in classification and taking care of business over there. They're a good team again this year. Number one team in 4A, Dardanelle up 14-0 over Nashville. Stuttgart leading Malvern 7-0. Pottsville up 31-0 over Clarksville, big. Boonville defeating Paris 14-0 right now. Salem 28-0 at home versus Newport. Salem rolling in that one in the battle of the Greyhounds. The 3-3A3 versus the 3-3A2. Mansfield beating Lamar 16-6. Hector, one of our conference foes, at Yellville Summit on the positive side now, winning 20-0 in the second quarter up at Yellville. Bigelow and Perryville knotted in a close one, 15-14 in the second quarter, as those two teams going at it tonight. Bigelow up by one. Perryville, played Atkins earlier in the season and kind of found the same fate the Eagles are finding tonight. Of course, our score is 35-0. EPC, East Poinsett County, team that Conway Christian defeated in the state finals last year, the two-time state final appearing East Poinsett County Warriors, up 24-21 over Rivercrest. Fordyce beating Mineral Springs. Junction City and Smackover tied at 14. And then a lot of games, of course, still no scores coming in on. They trickle in during the night. We'll get updates on occasion, but those are the main ones that we have right now. Again, Conway Christian will be off next week. They will have, again, it's kind of that weird sort of break because of the 0 week. And so next week will be an off week, even though it's the 4th week of the season. And so we'll get a break, and that's probably a good thing. Just kind of get everybody healthy and feeling some better next week, and kind of, again, get a little time off there. And so Conway Christian will be glad about that. And the next time we'll be home will be against Mountainburg, the first conference game of the year, but it's also going to be homecoming for Conway Christian. I happen to have here at halftime a member of the Conway Christian Student Council to tell us a little bit about the homecoming theme. Hannah Crow, what is the theme this year for homecoming for Conway Christian?
The 2025 homecoming theme is Y2K, and we'd really like it if you came out and supported the Conway Christian Eagles when they played.
Do you think it will offend anyone, say my age, that something you lived through is now a past homecoming theme?
Probably.
Probably so. I do feel a little bit offended. But that'll just be in a couple weeks. There'll be dress-up days all week at school. Y'all will have a performance at halftime. We saw your performance here tonight. Are you okay? I don't ever like it when you're up in the air there.
Yes.
You okay? I know you girls work hard, and I appreciate y'all practicing and doing all that so you can perform. How many cheerleaders are there out there? About. 'Cause I know there's a lot of y'all.
Over 30.
There's about 30 cheerleaders. So when you see that group out there, they had a bunch of elementary cheerleaders with them last week. They've got a big group tonight, and we'll do our best to bring you their performance each week. But she happened to come up and visit the Crow's Nest press box, as it were, for just a minute. So we took it over and made it the Crow's Nest. So glad to have you visit with us for just a minute tonight. All right, go cheer in the second half. We'll take one more timeout. We'll be back with more of the football game here as you're listening to Conway Christian Football. All right, just about 3 minutes on the clock as teams are making their way out of the locker room. And it is a hot and humid night. May see cramps become a little bit of a factor here in the second half, as we kind of got a little taste of fall last week, and then it is literally like back in the middle of summer out there tonight with the humidity. Hannah also got to let us know the Fearless Friday guys are here. They're covering tonight's game, and I think our cheerleaders may have gotten a little airtime there too. Welcome to Fearless Friday on Fox. So may go check that out tonight. A couple of negative reports. A couple of other guys now coming out of the locker room not dressed for Conway Christian. Again, Cam Elders, Andrew Stone were already out pregame. Max Dickinson is shoulder pads off. Not entirely sure what's going on with him, but certainly hope he is okay. As one of our senior leaders, just an all-around great young man. We'll find out as the week progresses. Again, 2 weeks off now, or 2 weeks until another game, I should say. Not 2 weeks off, certainly, but you get at least this week off because no opponent next Friday night. But then the Friday after that, as Hannah said, Mountainburg Dragons will come to town. And so again, a conference game. So that's, again, as I mentioned in pregame, that's when the numbers kind of get painted in. That's when everything kind of goes to that next level. Mountainburg was 4-6 last year, 3-4 in conference. So far this year, in their opening games, they went to Cedarville and got a win in week 1, not 0 week. And they are hosting Baptist Prep tonight. And then they host Hackett next week. And then they'll make the trip down here to Conway Christian. So they will play the next couple weeks. So you get kind of a double, I guess, blessing there. You get to watch film and then also maybe even go watch them play perhaps next week before they come to Conway Christian. But it will be a homecoming game. Coach McKay, what do you plan to wear for homecoming? No, just in general. They will be so excited. Yeah? Okay. I was thinking like what TikTok thing or something that the Goofy movie is a deep reference there. That will be even better. No, that's even better though then. Yeah, that is 100%. We should do the orange and powder blue tuxedos from Dumb and Dumber. 100%. But that will be in a couple weeks. So again, and those games matter. You know, these are great, and the Eagles certainly have been successful and love the non-conference. And quite frankly, they've played a hard non-conference schedule and did well to come out of that unscathed last year. Again, with this being such a close game. So, but it gets you ready for those conference opponents because that's when it matters. That's when the seeding comes in. That's when the playoff berths are on the line. So, you know, these count, but they also get erased after this week, right? Just kind of looking around the conference. I mean, Mount Ida is going to be good. They've already shown that with some of their victories this year. Bigelow's off to an 0-2 start. Magazine, a little bit of a surprise. They're 2-0 in non-conference, coming off a really difficult year over there. And Mount Ida did lose, but they lost at Junction City, and so that's kind of a different loss. But Hector's 1-0, playing tonight. Mountainburg is 1-0 again, playing again tonight. They may come to us undefeated by the time they play Cedarville and Baptist Prep, and so that would be something to look at. Looking at around there's 4 conferences, and so it's pretty easy to see how you're going to match up. Victory over Hazen in the opening game, and then we've played 3A since then. So it'll also just be nice to kind of get back to your conference foes, so to speak, your 2A schools, and with the Eagles this year. Participation is not down. It's just and I've mentioned this before and just kind of want to talk about it again. There's just not a lot of juniors. In fact, there's one. There's one junior on the field tonight for Conway Christian. So if I call their name, they are either a senior or a sophomore. And we have lots of sophomores playing key positions on lines, in skill positions, and in every spot in between. That's going to pay dividends, but it's also, you got to get those guys, they got to take some lumps. And we've done this before, and when we've played this through, the group that won 14 games last year, only won 7 their sophomore year. And then 9 games, and of course then 14. And we're not trying to put that burden on this group of sophomores, but just to realize where we're at. And we have a wonderful group of junior boys. I spend an hour with them in ethics every single day. They just are basketball players, golf players, tennis players, other than, the one who's on the field tonight. So it's just kind of a weird spot. Conway Christian has lots of new players I see standing on the sideline that just can't play because of the AAA rules. So, they've got to sit out this year, and then they'll be eligible next year. So you'll add players, both moving up from 9th grade and then just other players that are eligible. And in 2 years, you won't lose any seniors next year. You lose 1 at most.
Yeah, and they're going to be good. They're going to be good. Hey, I got to interrupt real quick and tell you we got a special guest up here, Mr. Cooper Henry, also on the cross country team, and he's helping with the AV club, so he's going to be running the scoreboard for us here.
What does he really think of his cross country coach? Like that's
which one is?
I would like to know. He's all right. Okay, no, he already is. Yeah. Please don't. My wife will think I said something. She already doesn't like me a whole lot to begin with, so let's not press Press that. Rivas is on to kick it away again. The Eagles at least do get the football to begin the second half. 24 minutes of this game, and it will go about that quickly because of the sportsmanship rule. So buckle up, and if you're going to eat a snack, go ahead and get it. Get you that pudding cup if you want one, because here we go. Diet Mountain Dew, popcorn, Cheetos, whatever you prefer. Rivas kick, a little lower this time and end over end, and it's going to angle right down the sideline and go out of bounds. Well, it was close, and Hudson Wheeler patient over there and allowed it to go out of bounds. And so that will get the Eagles some decent field position here to get things started. As a second ticks off the clock, it'll move it up to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 right there.
Well, if we get a vote for all-conference kicker, I know where I'm placing my vote already.
He has certainly had and again, the Eagles have had those guys in the past. The the Josiah Smiths. I do not want to take any credit from Josiah, for sure. But just guys like that who could kick, and you just knew you had kickoff weapons and field goal weapons. And so Rivas is, again, for any size, but especially a 318, he is an excellent kicker. 1st and 10. Conway Christian moving left to right here in this third quarter. McKinney will take it and give it to Sinley coming near side. No, he didn't. That is a brand new number. That is number 20. Carter Harrington on the carry there. That's another new name for you. As Harrington makes the carry. Short loss on the play as the Red Devils got in the backfield there and made the snap. Coach McKay, I know you're helping Cooper get settled too, but I wanted to ask you earlier, and then we got a minute to talk about it now. Tell me what a cross-country meet entails, because this is not just a couple laps around the football field or anything to that like that.
Yeah, no. So we have we run senior high boys and senior high girls, and oh man, good job.
Harrington with the carry, number 40. John Davis with the tackle. Got back near the original line of scrimmage.
So we run senior high boys, senior high girls, and they run 3 miles, and it's basically one big race. This meet, I think last I checked, there's 146 boys signed up and right near 100 girls. So they'll be racing against a lot of talent from 1A all the way to 7A schools. And it's just a great environment. Everybody is cheering for everybody. Kids are putting in hard work. It is maybe the coolest environment I've ever been around in sports. I love this. I love Friday Night Lights, but that atmosphere is so positive, and it's awesome.
Harrington had a nice carry off the left side, but flags flew. They matched the gold socks that the Conway Christian players are wearing tonight for childhood cancer awareness. And we've had that ad up several times. We'll throw it up again as we have opportunity here for you to donate to that. But the flags fell in there. As you can see the ad there, you can scan that and donate to cancer research, childhood cancer specifically. Penalty takes him way back, and it's 3rd and long now as McKinney takes a snap. Going to have to throw it. He'll complete it out in the flat. Boy, the Red Devils cover it quickly, though. Just not much there. As number 12, Easton Hartley made the catch. But as soon as he did, he was caught by the Red Devils, and that'll stop that drive. The penalty there is a killer. You had, 3rd and 4 or 5, at least manageable, and then the holding penalty puts you way back in 3rd and long. And now McKinney again will stay on for triple duty and try to punt the football away. Isaac Sims, number 6, drops back for the Red Devils. McKinney's kick is straight up a silo. Boy, he kicked it high, but it just came right off the foot in that odd way again. Again, he's having to do double, triple, quadruple duty, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 42. And so that's where Atkins will take over. 9 minutes and counting. Again, as you can see on your screen, the clock is going to roll other than just for major breaks or quarter breaks for the rest of this one. So it'll go by rather quickly. But what an awesome thing, Coach McKay, for that many high school kids to sign up, to come early on a Saturday morning and run to compete for their schools.
Yeah, and most of them are athletes in other areas. And so, man, I cannot speak highly enough of the kids. They have some amazing work ethic. You got boys literally on the field right now that are going to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to go run 3 miles a little bit later that day. Like, that's just That's awesome. Speaks to their character.
Mason Martin on the
Martin just
carry.
ran 40 yards for a
Now
touchdown.
there's a holding
The
play.
starting tailback had
Holding
another
pen's
big
on
carry
play.
there, but it's going to come back for a holding penalty. Going to move it back, just beyond midfield and make it first and about 20. Again, the clock's going to keep moving, just tick, tick, tick. That will push it back. Eagles have got several new names in there. I'm trying to get some of them called. Justice Patterson, number 23, a sophomore, brand new to Conway Christian. Glad to see him out there. Nico Estrada's in the game for Conway Christian. So some new players getting some snaps as well. Of course, and that's always a good thing for Conway Christian.
I got to have a conversation with Justice the other day. That's a good human being.
He is a very good. I got to meet him a little bit and visit. So first and long now. Eagles gang tackle is a good carry up the middle for the Red Devils. That boy Nico. Nico gets it there.
Good on the carry. Stop on
Uniform
number
dirty.
13, Preston Elliott.
Willis makes the tackle. Going to call it a 5 or 6 yard gain. Going to bring it second down and about 15 for the Red Devils here. They've got several new players in the football game as well, as both coaches getting the opportunity to rest some starters and get some other guys some snaps tonight. That's always a good thing. Can you talk for just a minute?
You bet.
Eli Crow, turn your hat around. Turn your hat around. Don't worry. Happy wife, happy life. She already texted me. So.
Get the Willis on the stop.
Sorry, I was supposed to
It's 35 to nothing.
talk.
Quarterback going to take it, going to throw it back to the backside. Well-designed play. Eagles can't get there, and he's going to have a lot of room. Good blocking downfield, and the Red Devils are going to take it to the house, I believe, and it is. Touchdown there on the far side. Good design. Everything kind of ran this way. And then number 8, Goodall flipped and threw it to the backside. Nice run over there. And Red Devils put another, or did they mark him? No, did they mark him out of bounds? I can't see through the glare over there.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Okay.
First and
I had him in the end zone, so I'm sorry. Inside the 10. I had the wrong yard line there. First and goal. As we're down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter here. And now the Red Devils will work on first and goal here. Goodall, who was a running back to start the game, now playing backup quarterback. A handoff goes in the backfield. Eagles get there, though. A couple of Eagles combined on the stop. Preston Elliott is back there. Kendall Willis from his defensive end spot made a nice tackle. Here comes number 60, L.J. Scott, into the game as Nico comes off. Nico Estrada. And it's going to be second down and goal to go. Again, Red Devils with a 35-point lead. Now working on second and goal. Turn, handed off, straight ahead. Big hole up the middle. He's got some room. Eagles do converge. And we'll get to him inside the 5 after a good positive game. Jude Warren on the carry. Hey, Jude. Nice carry to make it third down and goal now from about the 2.5 yard line. As the Eagle defense will try to tighten up here, see if they can keep them out of the end zone. Coach McKay helping the guys learn the system and getting all the broadcast team. Appreciate all these guys helping us as well. On third and goal here, quarterback going to take it, hand it straight ahead. Eagles get in the backfield and are going to stop him for a loss. Let's see, that's Bo. That is Bo. Bo Campbell. Linebacker spot, got in the backfield and stopped. Here's where you got Rivas gets a chance to add a field goal. And so this is cool just for 2A, 3A football to have a guy come in and kick a field goal. And I get to do math and stuff. Because I'm going to see where he's going to line up. He's going to spot it at the 11. So it's going to be a 21-yard field goal attempt for Rivas. I don't think distance will be an issue. In fact, I kind of wish I'd like to see him try to kick a longer one. Did you see our guy from the Razorbacks kick the one in the NFL the other day, 60-plus yards?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
for the Jaguars. A long one. I think it may have been in preseason. We got a stoppage here, a flag. Delay of game. Okay.
Well, here you go.
Oh, I get to do more math.
Oh, you get to go. Yeah. Ask
Yeah,
him.
again,
So
against
it's
the Red
21
Devils.
plus 5. 26, I think.
Yeah, but you ruined next week, so you asked for that instead of.
I did. Yeah. I don't think this will be any problem either, though. I think he's had more than enough distance here. I'm anxious to see it. All right, everybody in place on 4th and goal. Snaps back, hold is down, kick is up, and that's good from a long way away. As that ball was high through the uprights.
Field goal is good.
That's a good kicker.
And Rivas puts it through from a long way away. Apparently, I was also, so, whoops. I apologize.
Yep, that's on me. That's on me.
That's okay. To all of you still listening, I apologize. I saw my son go by. He had his hat backwards. Had to take care of that, so I had to holler at him and help him.
And I was supposed to cover for him.
I said, Keith, talk for a minute, and then Keith laughed at my son. And oh well. 2:15 left in the third quarter of play. It's 38-0. Like to see the Eagles get something positive here to wrap this game up. You know, get a drive going, get some string some plays together, some first downs. Again, I know you're playing shorthanded, obviously, with the circumstances you've got. Of course, we also hope that Xander, at number 16, you can see him on the sideline, kind of on your right there, standing a little bit away from the coaches by himself. Hope that he feels better in a couple weeks and is able to play. Because obviously the quarterback position gives you a chance to throw it a little more and, run a little bit with Xander. And Caleb's done a good job trying to throw the football tonight, certainly, but obviously that's not what he's built to do or not what he wants to do for this team. Rivas boots it, going to go down the sideline again, going to take that angle and going to go out of bounds.
The scoreboard isn't friendly to us right now. It wasn't last week, but if you look at the positives, we got a team of guys who are trying hard, who are not afraid to hit, whose attitudes are in the right place. And, man, I'm excited about this conference. Once conference starts, I think we're going to be very competitive in conference. Again, we're playing teams that are good teams in divisions higher than us. So, overall, this is an optimistic. I've got good feelings about this conference. I think we're going to do very well.
Well, and again, just to be fair and to be honest, these boys knew this week what this was going to be, and they still prepared and worked and gave effort, and sometimes that's hard to do when you kind of know maybe what's laying in front of you, but you just put the work in anyway to try to make it as good as it can be.
And that starts at coaching, and I can't say enough about our coaching staff. I got to meet a few of the ones that came on since I left before I returned, but you got Ellen and Kramer. Man, those guys are in Whitson. They've been around for several years, and those guys are awesome.
Absolutely, that's a top-down, issue that gets spoken and lived out from the top, and then it catches on with the kids. That's going to do it. It looks like for the third quarter, as both teams contend here to let the last few seconds run out. We've got 12 minutes left, and they will go by fast. It is 38-0. We'll take one more timeout. You're listening to Conway Christian Football.
We're proud to be Arkansas's local pharmacy. If you're looking for convenient small-town service, prescription refills online or at our app, and free prescription delivery, scan the QR code on the screen. You can make the switch in less than 5 minutes. Come see what makes Heartland Pharmacy Arkansas's local pharmacy. Make the switch today.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all of your healthcare needs are met.
And we come back here for the fourth and final quarter. Take a look at the scoreboard around the state, see if there's any more games that are significant to us. Junction City is pulled away from Smackover, 28-14. Two Rivers and Magazine, no score still in that second quarter. Magna Cove beat Cohen 28-20. Perryville over Bigelow 21-15. Right now that one's in the third quarter. Salem up 28-0 over Newport at the half. The battle of the Greyhounds taking place. Second down and about 4. Carter Harrington, number 20, sophomore for the Eagles, has come in and added a little jolt of excitement here for Conway Christian. At least giving McKinney a chance to rest a little bit after he's carried so much of the weight tonight. So we'll see what the guys can do here. Mostly sophomores in the game now. Harrington again going to cut out to the right, going to get to the edge. Got a first down and more across midfield, 45-40. And then a group of Red Devil tacklers get there to him. Good run for Harrington, and again, first time we've seen him on the field this year. Coach McKay added some spice to the offense for sure.
That's right.
There's again a lot of players subbing in for both sides. We're aware of that. So Eagles again, just something positive to try to hang your hat on here in the closing minutes of this one would be a welcome sign. My alma mater, fighting Yellow Jackets of Clinton, fighting Jeff Hall's up 35-0.
Boo.
Over Huntsville. Did you graduate from high school? First down, you turn, give it to Harrington. He's got a big hole up the middle. Another first down, stays on his feet, and then a good ankle tackle by the Red Devils over there. But Harrington trying not to be tackled too easily. I'm sorry, Coach. Okay, where did you graduate from high school?
Well, I graduated up in Washington State, but I did attend
Kitsap County?
Yes, right. Yep. Central Kitsap. I did spend some years at the big city of Shirley High School, which, you know, we're not all fortunate enough to go to Clinton, the big city of Clinton.
You know, that's a suburb of Clinton, is Shirley.
That's right.
Donald Holt spent some time up there. He was listening earlier tonight. There's Harrington on the right side, going to get 4 or 5 off that right edge. He'll be driven out of bounds by a group of Red Devil tacklers. Right at the 20-yard line, going to be second down. 4 or 5.
You know the mark of a good guy, a good person, when they come to support teams, drive out of their way to come support teams. And Donald Holt did that last week. I got to see him at a volleyball game, and he just came to support the girls and the boys. He went to the football game after. And I think very highly of that guy. He was a great asset here when he was here.
Absolutely enjoyed him. I hope he's enjoying his retirement as well. Well deserved, and earned lots of years in education for coach and AD and principal Donald Holt. I was glad to work with him for years here.
That's how I knew him. I had a hard time calling him Mr. Holt because I knew him as Coach Holt.
Coach Holt, yeah, a lot of other teachers that ended up working for him did. Spent so much time. A 4-yard carry here for Harrington on that second down run. It's going to bring up 3rd and a couple. Eagles matriculating the football here down to the 16-yard line. This is easily the best offensive possession of the night for the boys in Navy gray pants. 3rd and short now. McKinney going to take the snap. He's handing off to Harrington here, trying to save Caleb's legs the rest of the night. Harrington is going to be very near a first down. Going to depend on the spot. It looks like the official he's going to stop be short. So it's going to be a big 4th down carry for the Eagles here on 4th and very short with 8:40 and counting left to go in this football game.
And you'd love to see him put some points on the board just to end on a positive note. Just score one time. We got this.
See what they can do. Big play here on 4th and short. McKinney has receivers to each side. Harrington behind him. He's going to give it to Harrington, who tries to cut to the outside and gets there. Got past some defenders who had gotten into the backfield who were going to throw him for a loss. He was able to get enough for that first down. So it will now, by the spot of the football, be 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line. Yeah, and again, this would just be big. Something to build on. You got 13 days till you play again. So something to maybe get a little bit of a good thing here at the end of this one to go home on if you can do it. McKinney in the pistol. Got receivers to both sides. Going to take the snap. Harrington is almost hit before he can get the football. Again, number 55 there. Harrington's got about 7 or 8 carries in a row, so Breweiler was fired out of a gun there and came across the line of scrimmage dead set and made a good tackle. So still goal to go, but now outside the 10. From about the 11-yard line. Volleyball girls will be in action again this week. Talking about our teams, come out and see them, support those ladies. That season is in full swing. They've had a great start to their season as well on all levels, varsity all the way down to JV, other teams. Here he gets to the near side, got some room, and then a group of the Devils get there and stop him. But Harrington had some room for a moment. He got down back inside the 10. About where the spot is, about the 8, 9-yard line really. It's right at third and about 10 to go for the goal, as we got 6.5 minutes and counting.
Yeah, speaking as a dad of a volleyball girl, Coach McKnight and Coach Bing are running a great program. Those volleyball, if you have a chance, come out and support the volleyball girls. They do a great job. They're a good team, good teams.
Little fumble on the exchange, but Harrington was able to get a hold of it and rein it in. The Devils, even better job on defense of reining him in. Very little on the play. Now it's going to be 4th down. So 4th and goal after it's inside the 10. It's to the 6 or 7, maybe the 8-yard line, probably closer to the 8. But you got one play here, try to get in the end zone. This has been your best shot tonight. Of course, Eagles do not have that luxury of the field goal kicker to try something from here. So they got to see what they can get here on 4th down and goal. McKinney going to take the snap. They're going to throw the football. Going to throw it out in the far corner of the end zone. It is batted and knocked down and falls incomplete. Red Devils had good coverage out there as they threw it to the back corner. And again, just another pretty good throw from Caleb McKinney, especially as a lifelong running back or just a high school running back. He lobbed it up, put some air under it, but just could not make the connection. And it will fall incomplete. And I would have to go back and look because it's going to be at least a season and a half ago, the last time that Conway Christian did not score in a football game. It has not been something that has happened to them recently. Again, obviously winning all 14 last year. They won 9 the year before. So it would take me a minute to kind of go back and do that because it's been a long minute since that's happened where Conway Christian didn't put any points on the board. Red Devils go back to work, a run up the middle. Eagles converge on it, stop it with a group tackling effort there. I'm going to guess it may be McGee when we went down there a few years ago. I kind of think maybe we scored late in that game, so I'd have to look. No, it's actually going to be against Atkins in September of 2021. The Red Devils won 44-0 that night. Actually, week before that, Baptist Prep. But that would have been the latest. All three of, so we'll talk about that season. Eagles only won a game that year, and they did not score in the non-conference play. They went 0-4 in those 3 games, and ended up having a 1-win season, but then they built on that and did better. But that's going to be the last time the Eagles were held scoreless in a game. Would be the
2021.
Yeah,
wow.
2021 against the latest would be against Perryville, but Perryville, Atkins, and Baptist Prep all held the Eagles to no points that year in 2021. And again, that's what we're talking about. You build, and those sophomores that play that year then become your leaders in that 3rd year. After that, when they're all seniors, and the Eagles won 7 games, and then won 9, and then of course won it all last year. Red Devils with a run on the near side. Eagles pursue him, get to him as he crosses the 35-yard line. Let's see. Red Devil maybe. Yeah, there's that cramp. We didn't mention that. It's hot and it's humid tonight, so we got a guy for the Red Devils cramping up. Teammate trying to help him out, stretch him out there. That will stop the clock momentarily with 3:01 remaining in the football game. Again, Coach McKay, while we have a minute, remind everybody tomorrow morning where, when, and what.
Tomorrow morning, cross-country meet. It's our first one, and it'll be at Harding University there in Searcy. Girls run, I believe it's 8:30, and boys run shortly after that. Come on out, support us. Kids have been working super hard. Good thing about cross country, it'll be over by 10, so you still have your whole Saturday to go.
It'll be a nice morning. It's supposed to be nice weather in the morning, so
that's right.
Not hot till later in the day, so you can come out and support the kids and have a good time over there. No new updates, same scores that we had earlier, the ones I have for you now, so nothing new to report from conference play. Again, back with you in 2 weeks. No football game next Friday night. Eagles have a bye week of week 4 of the season, and then we're home in 2 weeks versus Mountainburg, which is also the homecoming game, which is very strange for your second home game to be homecoming. But the way the schedule falls this year, that's what we've got in front of us. Work with it here in 2 weeks against the Dragons and Mountainburg. Run up the middle, not a whole lot there. Caleb Everett and other Eagles combined on the stop here. Red Devils number 44, sophomore running back, is on the carry there. That'll make it second down and about 10. Again, 2:15 in counting. Red Devils going to win this one easily. Let's take a look, and we'll view their upcoming schedule as well and talk about them. Again, a very interesting conference for Atkins. Here's a pass play, goes out in the far flat. Eagles get there, miss one tackle. Now he's loose in the middle of the field. They still don't get him down. He's still loose. Finally, the Eagles corral him over there. The ball comes out late. He was down. So a good pass and run connection there for Atkins. Move it all the way into Conway Christian territory. Again, the Eagles will be, the Red Devils will be home next Friday night against Episcopal. And then they're home against Mountain View, and then they travel to Salem, the defending Class 3A state champion, on October 10th. And that would be an interesting one. Melbourne will be good. Of course, Atkins and Pittman will meet on the 24th of October. Mayflower should be good. That's who Atkins closes their season with. So that's just going to be an interesting conference race. Episcopal will be good next week as Atkins will start conference next Friday night with them. And now the Red Devils will just take a knee and we'll go home. So again, nothing we wouldn't have expected. Atkins always great sportsmanship, and they will do the same here by taking a knee and calling a night here.
Yeah, we wish them a great season ahead to the Atkins.
Absolutely. Best of luck. I hope, I'm not going to say this on the radio because it wouldn't be good, or on the broadcast, but I hope they be quitting by 50. But of course, you don't say stuff.
I won't say that either. I won't say that either, but I hope it's at least 50.
But that's they'll get to play the defending state champion from their classification in just a couple weeks.
That will be a good game. And that Quitman versus Atkins will be a fun one to keep up with.
And Salem right now is at Newport, defeating the Newport Greyhounds. So Salem looks like they've just kind of reloaded. That's going to do it. As the Eagles trot off, only 15 seconds left on the clock. It'll tick down, and we will call it a night. Eagles hopefully can get healthy, get a little rest. Appreciate the guys battling tonight, Caleb McKinney especially. Don't forget childhood cancer. You can see that on your screen right now. We'd love for you to donate to that. It's near and dear to the hearts of the Conway Christian coaching staff and community. And so we'd love for you to donate to that. And we'll take a week off, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks for homecoming. We'll try to come on early that night and show you the homecoming court and Queen and things like that as well. And we'll be with you for a conference matchup with the Mountainburg Dragons. Coach McKay, good luck in cross country tomorrow.
Hey, thank you so much. And just last question, are you the orange suit or the powder blue one?
I just want the top hat.
Okay.
So either one is fine with me. All right. We'll see you at the homecoming dance, guys.
See y'all.
Everybody have a good and godly night until we get to talk to you again. Go serve your king.